Hey everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Star Trek A Final Unity. We are on part 7, and in the last episode, the Romulans invaded the neutral zone. We took a couple of ships down and made our way back to Frigis, where Captain Picard and the crew of the Enterprise have beamed aboard or basically transported themselves down to the planet. Because we need to talk to Chancellor LaRock and find out what's going on. And obviously Picard is interested in the Chodak culture and the technology, so it's actually an important part of the game, so you definitely want to pay attention to details. But yeah, that's what we're going to do next.
Thank you for allowing us to beam down.
I welcome you in the Lawgiver's name. Although the sects have refused to help, I am more than willing to assist you.
Well, that's good.
The ancient Chodak have suddenly assumed great importance in galactic affairs. We were hoping you could tell us some more about them.
Our people have always been fascinated by the ruins found when our ancestors arrived here. Over the years, we have learned many things about the Chodak society and technology.
What do you know about Chodak technology?
We do not fully understand the principles behind it, but we've been able to make some of it function. The chameleon field that disguises our world, for example, is a Chodak invention.
Interesting. I wonder if the Chodak invention is also part of the Romulan cloaking devices.
What else have you discovered about Chodak technology?
They had an unusual way of navigating that seemed to be based on how long it took to travel between different points at a particular speed. Unfortunately, I don't know how they define their basic units, so I can't be more specific.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Chodak technology?
They created special shielding materials which could block out any transporter beams we know of, yet their own transporters could pass through them easily.
What else have you discovered about Chodak technology?
They use devices similar to isolinear rods as keys to many of their machines. Here, let me give you one.
Sweet, so we're going to get an isolinear rod.
How does it work?
When this programmer is twisted around the rod's end, it can alter the rod's settings, making it a sort of all-purpose key. If you use the programmer properly, you can activate almost any Chodak machine or computer.
Interesting. Note that he says we can activate almost any Chodak machine or computer. That might come in handy down the road.
Is there anything else you can tell me about Chodak technology?
The crowning glory of their technology was something called the Unity device that made it possible for them to control their far-flung empire.
Do you have any more details about this Unity device?
I think it was a superweapon with almost unlimited powers. When the Chodak lost it somehow, their empire fell apart almost immediately.
What do you know about Chodak society?
Their empire spanned this quadrant, encompassing tens of thousands of star systems. It endured for 100,000 years. Then, 900,000 years ago, it disintegrated, almost overnight.
It's unusual for such an immense empire to last that long. What was the secret of their success?
They had a talent for administration. They had an entire planet called Alanor, from which they ruled their empire. The bureaucracy must have been colossal.
What else do you know about Chodak history?
We believe that the group which settled here and built these structures was not from the mainstream of Chodak society.
Why do you say that?
For one reason, this is a very small base. The structures the Chodak built could not have held more than a few thousand people. This could not have been a major colony.
And for another?
The Chodak settlers often refer to Alanor as the seat of evil, and frequently said that the Unity device, the Empire's chief means of control, had to be destroyed.
Perhaps the settlers here were similar to your own ancestors, fleeing an established society to pursue a different vision.
Perhaps, but I suspect the Chodak here played a far more active role. This outpost was only inhabited for a few decades, which coincided almost exactly with the end of the Empire as a whole.
These reasons are not strong grounds for believing the settlers here were rebels.
There are 1,000 more small clues, all pointing to the same conclusion, but there is one major mystery which could resolve the question completely.
What is this mystery?
A century ago, our scientists found a Chodak data crystal. We believe it contains the answers we seek, but unfortunately, the crystal is extremely old and fragile. Our equipment is not sophisticated enough to read it without destroying it.
Perhaps the Enterprise's computers could read your Chodak data crystal safely.
Very well. I will entrust the crystal to you. All I ask is that you share whatever you discover to satisfy our own curiosity.
If you'll excuse me, I have other duties to attend to. Perhaps we can talk again later.
As you wish. May the spirit of the lawgiver guide your path through the stars.
We've done all we can here. Beam us up.
How about that?
Chancellor Larac was most helpful. We now know what the Romulans are seeking.
Do you think the Romulans have really found the Unity device?
We know already if they had.
The device is that powerful?
I'm not sure, but without it, an empire which spanned this entire section of the galaxy disintegrated overnight.
What are your orders, Captain?
So, we need to set a course for Horst 3. And we ended up getting some items which we'll take a look at in a minute, but yeah, set course for Horst 3, Warp 5.
Set course for Horst 3, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
Matter-antimatter reactor down. Matter-antimatter reactor down.
Raising shields.
Do we have to repair? Estimated repair time. Oh, I see. I guess because we took some damage from the battle, so I guess things have to be repaired, right? So, yeah. Alright, so I'm gonna speed this up to when this is actually repaired, and then when the video continues, we'll be at Horse 3. Alright, sorry about that, guys. We had to fix our ship, and we're back, and we are now...
Captain, the ship's computer has
flying
completed its attempt to read the damaged Chodak data
Horse
crystal
3.
we received from Chancellor Larac.
Oh, good.
Any success, Mr. Data?
Only in part, sir. Much of the information was corrupted, as we had feared, but there is one section that may be of interest in our current situation. As Chancellor Larac guessed, Frigis was indeed a rebel base. The crystal explains how the rebels stole information from the main computer on Alinor and used it to attack the Unity device itself. The rebels used a programmable encryption rod to access Alinor's main computer and learn vital information about the Unity device. This information was then used to plan a raid against the Unity device. There is then a corrupted section and a brief mention of a space freighter called the Rinkel. I am not certain what the connection is between the freighter and the raid.
Very good, Mr. Data.
The complete text of the information may of course be found in the ship's computer.
Alright, we're going warp 8, so we should be at horse 3 very shortly. Now, there also is a random chance that a warbird might show up, so if that's the case, I will do my best to... Okay, good, it didn't show up.
Captain's log. We have arrived at Horse 3 to request some advice from the noted Vulcan archaeologist, Shanok. Instead, all we have found here is a recorded message buoy broadcasting continuously.
Helm, standard orbit.
To whoever hears this message, the sudden incursion into this region of space by a flotilla of Romulan warships has made this remote expedition untenable. For the safety of my crew, I have decided to abandon this site temporarily. In the name of science, I ask that you do not disturb my work on this planet. There is one site that requires special care. The Chodaks site seems to have a field that camouflages it to normal sensors. I located it mostly by accident. There is a platform jutting out part way down a deep shaft in the ground. Further investigation has been blocked by an ancient rock slide.
As much as I would like to honor Shanok's request to leave the site alone, we don't have that luxury. The current situation makes it imperative that we learn where this planet Alanor is. This Chodak base may have the information we need. We should form an away team at once to investigate this shaft that Shanok spoke of, but we'll have to be careful to disturb as little on the site as possible.
Sounds good to me, Captain.
Beam down coordinates selected.
Alright, away team, we go. Alright, we have beamed down to the planet. What secrets lie on this planet? What will we discover? And will it help us in our quest against the Unity device that we've learned a little bit about from the crystal? Well, we'll have to find all that information in the next video.